Well, it was time for our first ever 30-man Royal Rumble for the right to head to the first ever TWFC WrestleMania. And entering in at number 1, the Second City Saint himself, CM Punk, looking to win his very first 30-man Royal Rumble. But he would have a heavy task ahead of him drawing the number 1 spot. We would see how CM Punk would do. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Elite Threads. A lot of the custom clothing you see in our videos is from Elite Threads. Head on over to Instagram and check him out. Number 2 in the Royal Rumble, a longtime rival of CM Punk, Samoa Joe. And this is about as crazy of a first 2 as you can get in the Royal Rumble match. Both of these men have big admirations of going and main eventing TWFC's first WrestleMania, but it would be a long way from the 1 and 2 spots, as the bell would ring and these two would get right into it with the lockup. Jockeying for position, it was Samoa Joe getting the better of Punk in the early going, but Punk would follow it up with an elbow and a nice kick as number 3, the phenomenal AJ Styles, would enter the match. We almost saw an immediate elimination as Styles flipped both men over, but a kick from Punk helped them get back in as number 4, Finn Balor, would enter the ring, giving Styles some Judgment Day support. Nice neck breaker from CM Punk right there as Samoa Joe would get right to Balor, and Styles almost went over the top. It was chaos in the early goings, everybody trying to make the first elimination, as the King of the Ring, Brody King, would enter the ring at number 5. And the big man would get right to work delivering a big boot with the first elimination. AJ Styles was eliminated, but Brody didn't stop there. He would immediately toss Samoa Joe over the top rope and then start working on Balor. What a big impact this monster of a man made. Number 6, Chad Gable, the protege of Kurt Angle, enters the match. CM Punk going for the big man. You would think everybody would team up on the big man, as Chad Gable would enter the ring and deliver a massive suplex to the King of the Ring winner, Brody King, as the big bad Aussie himself, number 7, Bronson Reed, would make his way down to the Rumble match. Gable was just suplexing everybody in sight, but Bronson had something else in mind. He would climb to the top rope and a down CM Punk would be completely squashed right in the center of the ring. Things were moving fast here as the 2 big men would stare down in the center of the ring. And what do you know? Number 8, The Big Show, now known as his former name, The Giant, would enter the match. And this was a big one. It got the attention of the entire ring, for the moment anyways, because when that man enters, you know it's about to be a gang fight. And that is exactly what would end up happening. As soon as the Giant stepped over the top rope, everybody went for him, but the Giant would get the better of most men. He would grab Finn Balor and deliver the elimination choke slam. Gable going for yet another suplex. The Giant would drop him. And that's about when the numbers game would start to catch back up with the Giant. And then Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, entering in at number 9. One of the favorites to win this entire thing would enter. The pileup was going and Randy would help pull both of the big men out of the ring. A double elimination. What a way to enter this match. A little double team action going on in the ring would lead to a big miscommunication with a big boot dropping Chad Gable. And you would see the go to sleep to Brody King followed by an RKO. The King of the Ring, big man Brody King, was down, and look at these two. But the stare down would be interrupted as Logan Paul, number 10, would make his TWFC debut, and they were working on the King of the Ring winner, Brody King, when Logan Paul would slide into the ring and deliver a massive right hand to Chad Gable. Gable was taking punishment left and right in this contest. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, would enter in at number 11, and we hadn't seen Cody since going through Doink's Funhouse. Nonetheless, he is here in the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul working on Gable, and Cody Rhodes quickly gets Logan Paul over the top rope. The social media superstar would not be going to the main event. Cody would also dump the King of the Ring winner, Brody King, over the top rope in a surprise fashion. Number 12, Rey Mysterio would enter the Royal Rumble match. He's competed in so many Royal Rumbles throughout the years as the ring would start to fill up when Chad Gable would drill a double suplex. And then number 13? Well, the entire ring was confused because nobody entered in at number 13. Talk about an unlucky number, or was it just a game plan? Because the unthinkable would happen. The lights would go out, and when they returned, it was Doink the Clown laughing in the center of the ring. But Commissioner Foley wasn't having any of it. He's been trying to get a hold of Doink as Cody would come from behind and eliminate Doink. And you could tell from that death stare, Doink was not happy about Commissioner Foley getting involved. And look at this stare down. Two megastars about to get it on in the Royal Rumble. And right about that time, number 14, Swerve Scott, would enter the Royal Rumble match for the first time. And business was picking up in the ring as Rey Mysterio would spot Swerve and make a run for it. But Swerve with the big boot would drop Rey Mysterio. Vintage Orton right in the middle of the Royal Rumble match. Chad Gable took an absolute beating in this one. Number 15, Rob Van Dam was making his way to the ring, and we were halfway through the first Royal Rumble. Look at this backbreaker. Oh, what a shot, and a drop kick from Rob Van Dam to follow it up for good measure. Nobody's safe in the Rumble match. Cody teetering on the top, Swerve teetering. Number 16, Drew McIntyre. Business just picked up in the Royal Rumble, I'll tell you that much, because he came in with an immediate impact. Watch this. A triple elimination, slamming Rey Mysterio onto Swerve and Rob Van Dam. More vintage Orton? CM Punk would backdrop him and eliminate the Viper, destroying his chances of headlining TWFC's WrestleMania, as number 17, Seth freaking Rollins, would enter the match. And you know what he's been saying about Punk. Punk was holding the ropes for him, welcoming him into the match. We have an all-star lineup in this ring right now, and it's about to get even bigger. Look at this stare down. Drew McIntyre would break it up, but Rollins would take it. The action was breaking down in the ring. Rollins was working on Punk. There was all kind of stuff going on, but a pedigree was reversed into a backdrop into the turnbuckles as number 18, Eddie Guerrero, would enter the match. He's had some success in Royal Rumbles. Here we go. Nobody was slowing down. Nobody was giving an inch. Everybody wants to be known as the first. As all 6 of these men currently in the ring, and a superplex would literally send CM Punk to the opposite side of the ring. I've never seen somebody roll like that. Sami Zayn, number 19. Could it be his year? Chad Gable had captured the leg of McIntyre, and he had applied the ankle lock taught to him by Kurt Angle himself. And everybody was just trying to get the next elimination just to get by a little farther. Number 20. Sheamus, a former Royal Rumble winner himself. And by this point, ladies and gentlemen, there's 6 or 7 men in this ring. The action is all over the place, but watch this right here. The Celtic Warrior Sheamus would get Sami Zayn up and drill him right in the middle of the ring. Talk about impact. Number 21, Roman Reigns would make his way into the ring, and that got the attention of the American Nightmare. It should have got the attention of everybody because he came in with an immediate impact, sending Eddie Guerrero over the top rope, and it didn't stop there. While everyone else is worried about everything they got going on trying to survive, Roman Reigns would come and start dumping bodies over the top rope, left and right, ladies and gentlemen, because that's not it. As Gable would get McIntyre over, watch this right here. Coming out of nowhere, don't turn around yet, Gable. A beautiful spear by Roman Reigns. Like I said, Gable took a beating in this match. Will Ospreay would make his TWFC debut at number 22 as Roman almost gets Cody over the top rope. When the unthinkable would happen, Will Ospreay would dump Roman and Seth Rollins over the top rope at the same time. What a way to make your TWFC debut, throwing over two top stars. And look at this stare down. Remember, Punk was number 1, but number 23, Evan Bourne, who had lost the King of the Ring finals earlier, was making his way down. Roman was having to be thrown out by the refs. He couldn't believe what had happened. Evan would sneak up on Will Ospreay, but a beautiful kick would take him down and the action would break down again. Cody looking for crossroads. Punk would flip him over as number 24 Ricochet, another man who lost the King of the Ring finals, would make his way out to the ring. And he would go straight for former partner Evan Bourne. All kind of action, but Chad Gable would dump Ricochet and Ospreay would finish Evan Bourne. Look at the disappointment on their faces as the Intercontinental Champion, number 25, Kevin Owens, would make his way to the ring and gloat a little bit at the two men that just couldn't work together. But back in the ring, Ospreay would lift Punk and drop him right on his head as the Intercontinental Champion would look on and decide not to get in the ring. Gable would reverse a suplex and try to go for a suplex of his own that would eliminate both men. As number 26, Darby Allin would come and stare down the man he fought earlier, TWFC Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes with a beautiful counter right there, and he eliminates Gable. No, Gable would hold on. Chad Gable surprisingly lasted a long time in this match. CM Punk would dump the American Nightmare, another close elimination. Number 27, Eddie Kingston, was making his way to the ring, and we were getting down to only 3 more men to enter this match as Kingston would open up on the Intercontinental Champion. The action was everywhere. Darby Allin getting involved. As you see Gable working on Punk. Number 28, Solo Sikoa. Could he punch his ticket to TWFC WrestleMania as Darby and Kingston are dumped by the Intercontinental Champion, and then Gable dumps the Intercontinental Champion himself? The look of disappointment followed by the look of accomplishment. What a Royal Rumble match. This was all over the place as Solo would go straight for the American Nightmare. And everybody was starting to get super tired in this one. You could see Punk resting in the corner. He had been in there since number 1. Solo working on Cody, just cranking his neck in the ropes. This match has been absolutely grueling as number 29, The Undertaker, the man who lost the TWFC title match earlier, looking to get another shot at Gunther at WrestleMania. That put the ring on notice. The dead man was entering the Rumble and Solo would go right for Taker. That was a mistake because Taker would dump him right over the top rope. But the numbers game would catch up to the dead man. Somewhere underneath that pile of human bodies is the legendary Undertaker, but he would bust out of it with a double headbutt, dropping everybody. And that's when number 30, John Cena, was here in TWFC. The crowd couldn't believe it. But Cody would take advantage and go for a crossroads that was reversed. Is he going to get dumped over the top rope? A double team? Cena would help it. The dead man is eliminated. We are down to the final 5 just like that. And Taker's chances of getting another shot at Gunther just went down the drain. Punk looking to eliminate Ospreay when Cena would dump him from behind. Punk's feet hit the floor. Punk, the first entrant, is out. Cena would pull Ospreay back in just to give him the AA over the top rope. Ospreay has also been eliminated. Super Cena is in full effect. Chad Gable in the final 3. No more. Cena dumps him, and look at this. The final 2, and they weren't going to waste much time. Somebody's going to WrestleMania. The first WrestleMania. Who's going to do it? What a monster clash we had, and they would get right to business, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this attitude adjustment. No, reversed into a crossroads. All he's got to do is get him up and dump him over the top rope, and Cody should have this match in the bag when Cena grabs him again for another attitude adjustment, and they both go, whoa. That was a close one. They are on the apron. This is absolutely crazy. At any minute, somebody could punch their ticket. Everything's on the line here. Cena with another attitude adjustment attempt. Cody with the crossroads. And Cody Rhodes has punched his ticket to the first TWFC WrestleMania main event. Cena cannot believe it. A crossroads with the assist of the ring ropes bounced Cena right out of there. And ladies and gentlemen, the American Nightmare is going to WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like and subscribe to the page as we're about ready to change the channel name officially to the Wrestling Figure Cartel. But we have a super in-depth, long road to our first WrestleMania coming up with twists, turns, and major storylines. Make sure you stick with us, and we'll see you soon.